and now it doesn't get finer or more iconic in the line or more collectible or signature than what we're about to do with this beautiful, beautiful evil eye that happens to be the best-selling necklace that Carol offers here at HSN, and it is a huge customer pick at $40 more than we're doing it today. Appraised at $245. We did it at $139, where it sold out in the first airing, and now from $139, it's $99. On FlexPay, if you want to do it on FlexPay, you can actually get this one home for $24.98, or if you're using your HSN charge card, under $20. I'm going to tell you the colors, and then I'm going to let Carol explain this, because this is completely different than any of the other evil eyes you've seen. Okay, chrome diopside. Russian chrome diopside is the color and the clarity that would make an emerald cry. If you love green gemstones, chrome diopside is what you want to go with. And then we have gorgeous black spinels used in the crown jewels. We have genuine ruby, and we have genuine blue sapphire. All of these are coupled back with white zircon, which is the closest of any gem, natural or synthetic, to imitating the look of a diamond. Wow, are we already busy? But Carol, it's a different evil eye design.
This is a very different design, and it's got much different meaning than my other eyes. So share this with me, and I'd love to tell you the story. This is inspired by Salvatore Dali's Eye of Time. It was one of his most famous pieces, and he created 3 of these jewels. What he liked to say was that the eye sees the present and the future. The eye protects us today and tomorrow. Now there's a tear, there's a lovely, beautiful tear suspended from this gorgeous natural white zircon eye. The tear is all about what this eye represents for me. It is the perfect gift for emotional cleansing, and the eye is about protection. The tear is about cleansing. Now, I'm not sure if many of you are like me, but there has been so much joy in my life, and there's been sorrow. There's been joy in the lives of the people I love and know, and there has been sorrow. But there's not anyone I know who doesn't need to cleanse, who doesn't need to step back, who needs that tear as a reminder and a talisman of just cleansing ourselves. Now, the eye as a piece of jewelry in general is all about protection. This is the perfect size. Now, what you're looking at, when you're looking at the different gemstones, I want to share with you what they mean to me. So chrome diopside is the gemstone if you're recovering from a broken heart. It's related to love and commitment. If you love a rare green gemstone that comes from one place in the world.
It's the most popular and the most limited, with fewer than 100.
Okay, well, that's the chrome diopside. Maybe you want to move on to the ruby. The ruby is the gemstone of courage, prosperity, happiness, integrity. And when you think of an eye that is all about cleansing, and then you get it in the ruby, which is all about courage, to me, I know so many of you out there can relate to that sentiment. We're gonna move on to the black spinel. I love black spinel. I love the idea of doing a black and white contrasting piece of jewelry. Black spinel is all about relieving stress and gaining prosperity. Black spinel is an all-natural gemstone from God's earth. It is found in the same mining regions as black diamonds. The difference between black spinel and black diamonds, I'll be talking to you a lot about this evening, is that black spinel comes from the earth in the rich black sparkling color. Black diamonds actually come from the earth in an olive green, and they need to be treated. We're gonna go on to our last gemstone eye, which is the blue sapphire. Blue sapphire is the gemstone of expression, creativity, and intuition. As I have explained to you the meaning of each one of these exotic gemstones, the meaning of the eye itself, the inspiration by Salvatore Dali, the fact that this eye lays so beautifully on the neck, and it's so affordable, please think about gift giving, because this isn't just something for you, it's also something for people whom you love who also need the cleansing eye.
Okay, do us a favor. Remember, that price is just for the event. This is the final now 2 hours of the event, but everybody's asking about the earrings I'm wearing. They are out of this